A few years ago, somebody posted this picture online. No location, no explanation, no context, just an empty room with yellow walls and fluorescent lights. At first glance, the photo seemed really ordinary, but for some reason, when people stared at it, they all seemed to have the same reaction. Not fear, recognition, as if they had seen this place before. It's almost like they've been there before. And that's when one of the internet's strangest horror stories began. The Backrooms. And I know some of you are thinking, it's just an empty picture. What's so scary about it? That's exactly what makes it so scary. There's nothing in the picture. No monsters, no ghosts, nothing. No blood, no jump scare. And yet something about it feels oddly wrong. The walls are so empty, the room is too large, and the longer you look at it, the more unnatural and uncomfortable you begin to feel. Most of the people started building a story around this image, a theory, a modern myth, but the legend stated that reality is not what we think it is. Most of the time, everything happens the way it's supposed to. But every now and then, something glitches. And if you are unlucky enough to be standing at the wrong place at the wrong time, you will fall through. Not die, not even disappear, but simply fall. And if that happens, this is where you end up. A yellow room, buzzing lights, damp carpet, no exits, no people. And the worst part of it all is, you don't know whether you are alone or if someone else or something else is wandering the halls with you. The Backrooms first appeared in 2019 on an anonymous post. What quickly started as a single image exploded into the internet's most famous urban legends. People began to create maps, levels, surviving guides, an entire ecosystem of monsters living inside the maze. But before we get into the monsters, we need to talk about why this image even got popular in the first place. So psychologists have this term they call liminal spaces. A liminal space is a place that you're supposed to pass through but not stay in. So think about like an empty airport or an empty mall or even an empty school. These are places that's normally full of activity and full of life. And when it's gone, we think in our brains something is wrong, something isn't right. It feels a little off. It's like walking into the movie theater after the movie ended or hearing a familiar song at a different speed. Everything is technically still normal, but your instincts know something is still off. And that's exactly what the Backrooms shift inside of people. It doesn't have to be terror or panic or scary horror, but just the feeling that something or that reality is slightly out of place. Of course, the story couldn't just end at that note. People started actually adding monsters and creatures, entities, shadowy figures looking beyond the fluorescent lights, creatures that mimic human voices or things in the dark. Some people describe tall figures watching them from other ends of the hallways. Others hear voices call their name in empty rooms. But let's be for real, the monsters ain't even the scary part. The scary part is being trapped. Imagine just walking and you see the same room over and over again, not ever seeing another person, not ever knowing if you'll get out. I mean, that'll drive the strongest people into insanity quick. And maybe that's why the Backrooms became such a popular internet legend, because underneath all the monsters and ghosts and name calling, is a real human fear. That's the fear of being lost and forgotten, and the fear of ending up somewhere you were never supposed to be. And that's why so many people recognize that picture. Maybe because it all reminds us of our dreams, places we've been, passed through that we forgot, or something else. Because sometimes the most frightening thing isn't seeing something that's impossible, it's recognizing it. And if that's true, then maybe the question isn't, is the backrooms real? Maybe the question is, when you looked at that room, what exactly was it that remembered you? Until next time, darlings, stay out of the walls.